Welcome back. This morning on the Gulf Coast Spotlight, we're talking about what to do now if you're planning to retire in 2024. Chris Burns is back with us from Burns Estate Planning and Wealth Advisors. Chris, good to see you as always.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, I know you want to say congratulations if anyone's trying to retire right now.
Yeah, if you're retiring in 24, hey, you've hit that finish line. Now you're able to enter into that next stage. You've kind of seen the light at the end of the tunnel, and you finally crossed that finish line.
You made it. Congratulations to all of you who may be in this boat that we're talking about right now. So what advice would you have for those, though, who are considering retirement this year?
Sure. One of the big things that you're going to want to know is what is your fixed budget? And that's thinking insurance, bills, things like that. And then that's what you know that you need to generate, right? But then retirement isn't just a fixed budget, right? That's where a lot of people want to start, maybe to travel and do some other things like that. So then we need to figure out what those dollar values are. The biggest thing that people have an issue with is, hey, I used to work 8 to 12 hours a day. Now I have to fill that time. Most of the time when you fill it, it costs money.
Right, that's true, because all of these hobbies that people do, absolutely, you're paying for a lot of that stuff, unless you just want to watch Fox 10 Midday all day. We're fine with that. So let's talk about some of those things, though, because of course it's better to plan years and maybe even decades in advance before you get to that point. But what if you're planning to retire, you look at some of those things and you're like, maybe I'm not quite ready.
Sure. One of the big things you see is most people want to be able to generate about 70% of their pre-retirement income in retirement. Reason why is most people enter into retirement with their mortgage paid off. That 5 to 10% you were saving towards retirement, well, you are now retired. First, understanding how much income you can produce naturally. Most people say 4 to 6% of their investments, supplement, pension, Social Security, other things like that. So step one, understand what your fixed income is, your fixed budget is, then understand what money's coming in, and then be able to kind of start to add some of those hidden fees in there, like inflation and things like that, because that's really going to help you determine just how much money you can spend monthly, quarterly, yearly in retirement.
Sure. So we're talking about all of the financial aspects, and we've alluded to some of the others, but are there other factors they should consider outside of financial aspects? Absolutely.
Healthcare. It's huge, right? Especially if you plan on retiring prior to age 65. Do you have a plan in place to take care of your healthcare until that kicks in, right? The two things that blow up retirement planning, right? Death of a spouse early and healthcare costs, unexpected medical costs. So it's hard to plan. You know, there's long-term care, there's insurance and things like that. But making sure that you've got a plan of action, so not if but when one of those things happen, you've got something already built in instead of, hey, now we have to react. It's better to put a plan in place and then deal with it as it comes.
So if someone is hoping to retire this year, they still can reach out and talk to y'all to try to get some tips for that. Or if you're hearing this and thinks a lot of these things should be thought of years in advance, they can reach out to y'all as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. One of the big things that we do as a financial retirement focused firm is help individuals build out that plan of action for retirement. Kind of the sweet spot is to start about 10 or 15 years prior, but I've sat down with people and say, hey, I'm retiring on Friday. Right?
Yeah.
So let's get it going.
Yeah.
And so no matter where you are, it's never too late. That's the big thing that I want to make someone, you just thinking about it is putting you ahead of the game. So you're saying, hey, look, I am retiring on Friday, Chris. Let's put this plan of action together. That is going to benefit because it's really easy to fund the first 10 years of your retirement. It's those last 10 years that really want to keep you up at night.
Yeah, and life expectancy getting longer and longer for a lot of folks. So lots of things to think about, lots of things to prepare for. Burns Estate Planning and Wealth Advisors can definitely help you out. We have a link to their website on ours, the Studio 10 tab at fox10tv.com. Chris, good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming in. All right.